Hello, everybody. Are we on? If you are listening to me, can you let me know that you can hear me okay? And we will get on with our language and how you speak to yourself live. Hi to Olivia, let me know that you can hear me. Just send me a thumbs up or something. Hey Jodes, let me know you can hear me. I'll just wait till everyone comes on live. It's going to be a good one. If you can't hear me, let me know. Yeah, lovely. Thanks, Jodes. Awesome. Okay, we got a lot of ground to cover, and this will be made available for 48 hours after we finish tonight. So if you can't watch it all, or you can't watch it because you're in a different time zone, then it will be in here for you to watch for 48 hours. So make sure you do. I've got lots of notes. I hope you've brought some questions. All right, what time have we got? We'll just wait another minute. How's everyone's day been? Let me know. What have you been doing? I think it's going to be absolutely freezing here on the Gold Coast overnight by the looks of it. Not great, especially when I've got to be in a class at 7 a.m. in the morning outdoors. I'll be wearing my beanie. Okay. So, day off. Oh, lovely, Jode. Enjoy. Have a good... Did you have a lovely day, a day off today? That's awesome. I hope you had a nice day if you did have a lovely day today. Lazy day today, Leonie. Nice one. They're always good to have too. Well done. And hello. Okay, let's get rocking and rolling. So there's two parts to this today. And one of them is I want to talk to you about female and male energy and where you think that you see yourself sitting mostly in a 24-hour period. So let's break that down a little bit first. So there you have a balance of male and female energy, and how you determine where you sit within that within the day. So we balance in and out of male and female energy all the time. All of us do, regardless if we are male or female. So how you go about that and where you sit mostly can sometimes throw you off balance. So, for instance, I sit in a dominantly masculine energy most of my day. And I'll break down what that means to me in a minute because of my work environment and what I do and how I run a business, etc., etc. So what I noticed when I went through a lot of self-development stuff was that I was too much sitting in masculine energy and not diving into the female energy or the feminine side of things. So to make that a little bit more clearer for you, what I mean, and this is what it feels like to what masculine and feminine energy is to me. Everyone is different, and I'll give you some tools on how to break that down for yourself as well. So feminine energy looks like for me passive, inward, intuitive, receptive, listening, sitting with emotions, putting my feet in the ground, nurturing, cooking, meditation. So for me, that's how I feel like I'm at most at home in my female energy. And then for masculine energy, it's business for me. It's more outward, more projective, more active, more assertive, opinionated, logical, and risky. So there's no right or wrong for which energy you should be sitting in. You should be balancing your day out in both of those energies. And if you're not, then you will feel a little bit off within yourself. And maybe you can identify some of what I'm saying here as far as feminine and masculine energy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me know. But if you do, give me a thumbs up, or if you've got a question and I'm going too fast, because I do tend to talk too fast when I'm going off about things, let me know what you're thinking about this. Do you understand this? Are you grasping what I'm talking about here? So, how can you create more space for either one of those energies, I guess? So for me, coming back to my own personal experience, I was always in this masculine energy, so I needed to get myself more into a female energy. So for instance, how I would do that is I now take time out during my day to go more inward and more reflective. So I will deliberately take half an hour out of my day, maybe it'll be my lunch break, and I'll sit down and I'll be very quiet and much more inward and reflective about what's happened throughout the day. So I'm just then bringing my energy levels down. I'm not really active or really aggressive like I would be in that normal male energy. And I don't mean punching people aggressive, I just mean aggressive, assertive. And then another thing that I like to do as well is I like to go outside and put my feet in the earth, or go for a walk, or go down the beach is my other beautiful way of bringing myself back into my female or feminine energy. Okay, so what I want you to do is find out what a masculine and a female energy means to you. So how you do this is you can grab a piece of paper, divide the page into two sections, label the left-hand side feminine, the right-hand side masculine, and then start writing in each column what feminine energy and masculine energy means to you. So then at the end, you've got a list of what female and what male energies you've got. And then you might identify where you sit mostly. So where would you sit mostly within your energies? Does anyone know straight off the top of their head where they might think that they sit? Mostly in a feminine energy or mostly in a masculine energy? Anyone got any questions or would like to answer that? And maybe you don't know right now, and that's okay. It took me a little while to work out where I was off balance and bring myself back into balance with this. Hey Shay, so let me know what you're thinking. Throw a question in there. Okay, so Sin, you're more into a masculine. Hey Rach. Awesome. Okay, Jodes, you're 50-50. Good. Perfect. That's where you sort of want to sit. And you know, some days you might be more in a masculine energy, especially for myself. I've got this, I've got a week planned of absolute craziness this week. So I know that I'm going to be sitting more in my masculine energy to be active to get that done. But what I also know is that I've planned a more feminine energy day, Saturday and Sunday, to bring me back. So you see how we can manipulate this to work with our bodies, work with our moods, and work with getting stuff done that we need to get done. And also thinking about how you think about yourself with the language that you use. Yeah, definitely in a masculine energy at work. Yeah, absolutely, Jodes. It's go, go, go. It's active. It's aggressive. It's get things done, logical, all of those sorts of things. So going back to what is a masculine energy to you, what is a feminine energy to you, for people that have just come on now, grab a piece of paper, divide that paper down the middle, feminine energy on the left, masculine energy on the right, and write down what that actually means to you. So what does female energy mean to you? What does masculine energy mean to you? So for instance, mine is masculine is aggressive, get shit done, being more assertive, more business-like, and then on the female side of things, you've got it's more passive, it's more emotional, it's more inward, more reflective. You can use those, but you might have your own as well. Okay, so start practicing even just a couple of minutes a day, if you can, going into the energy that you believe that you are lacking in. So just a couple of minutes of day, and that's all I did was I started switching from that full driving masculine energy into a female energy. And like I said, I'll take, maybe 30 minutes out of my day if I can to make that work for me and go more inward, more reflective, more calm, peaceful, just so then I can go on with my day better. It gives you more energy if you can do that and give back to yourself. Has anyone got any questions on that before we move on to language? Because that's a big one. Sin, I'm very feminine energy at home, masculine in work, life, and I like calm in the house. Yeah. So more feminine at home and more masculine at work, which I think is quite common for most of us in the female realm. Not always, but can you see if you were always in that masculine energy, how unbalanced you would be in life and what your thought or mental processes might be like? And this is why I thought it was really important to put this into our language mindset live tonight, because it can really alter the way our scales tip within our emotions. Okay, we are moving on to language. So, I'm going to start by reading this meme that I absolutely adore, because I just think I couldn't be that highly strung 27/7, Cindy. Because I think this really sets the scene. So, I choose to see myself as perfectly imperfect. I am a work in progress, ever changing, ever growing, and adapting. I am wildly, messily, and amazingly human, and I choose to remember that when otherwise I would want to judge myself. So, what do we all think about that beautiful meme? I don't know who wrote it, but I keep it because I just love it and it brings me back to center when I need it. I choose to see myself as perfectly imperfect. I am a work in progress, ever changing, ever growing, and adapting. I am wildly, messily, and amazingly human, and I choose to remember that when otherwise I would want to judge myself. So, hands up who judges themselves on a weekly basis. Would you judge yourself on a weekly basis? Or would you judge yourself on a daily basis? Yeah, that's an awesome quote. Hey, Jodes. So, language all comes down to your own mindset, and that's why coming back to that feminine and masculine energy is really, really important. So Jode says judge harshly often, Shay says daily, and Leonie says daily. Okay, so if you are consistently saying to yourself, I should be doing this, how can you change your mindset? What's one way, I can think of one way on the top of my head that you can change your mindset and use a different word rather than should. So what does should mean? If you say to yourself, I should be going for a walk, what does that say? It creates judgment around your decision, negativity, regret, frustration, and annoyance because you should. Inadequacy. Yeah, that's another one, Jodes. So how about means you feel obliged? Exactly, Shay. So how about we rephrase this and go, I choose to go for a walk because that gives you empowerment to make the correct decision at the time, and it allows you to own your thoughts and your actions. So think about it that way. I should versus I choose. And I choose allows you to own your thoughts and own your actions. Is everyone picking up what I'm putting down here, or we're still not quite clear? It's much kinder. It is much kinder. And then you're choosing what you want to do. You are allowing yourself to choose, giving yourself space, because if you can't go for that walk for whatever, then you're a lot kinder to yourself, because you're not saying, I should go for that walk. Well, I'm choosing to go for that walk, or I'm choosing not to go for that walk. Does that make sense? Hi, Juliet. Thanks for joining. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if I've got any questions, because I'm just going to keep going on here. And I love that you're all putting that input in. Throw more in there, because I just love that. Okay. So owning your thoughts and your actions are the key to helping the way you speak to yourself. So helping you with that mindset. So I guess what I'm trying to say is we need to make more space in our brains before we rattle off what we're thinking. We're always going at 100 miles an hour. All of us do, running from one thing to the other. So just stopping and creating space in your own mindset, in your own brain, before you run off at the mouth about yourself is a key. So what I want you to think about is, if you were about to say something harsh to yourself, maybe you're about to say you looked in the mirror and you didn't like what you see, and you were about to say, oh, I really don't like what I see in the mirror. I am so sick of looking at myself like this. When you're with your best friend, your girlfriend, and you're both in the change room and she's trying something on and she goes, oh, I really don't like this. Like, I just don't like what I look like. Would you say the same thing to her as what you would say to yourself? Now, you might say, well, look, let's go and try something else because that doesn't suit or whatever. But would you be as harsh to that girlfriend as you are to yourself when you see your own reflection in the mirror? Let me know. I'm tipping I know what the answers are. No way. No, you wouldn't. You might say, okay, well, we could go and try something else on, or, yeah, maybe that doesn't suit your figure. Let's do this. So why do we do that to ourselves? Yeah. Why? Yeah, we don't. We would never talk to our best friend the way we talk to ourselves. So why do we do it to ourselves? Anyone got any answers? It's deep. It's deep in the mindset. It's something that we need to work on and create space, as I said, in our own mind before we rattle off in our own mind what we're about to say to ourselves. We need to stop. Self-hatred, yeah. That's right, Jodes. And then we need to unpack that. So why we've got so much self-hatred? And, therapy, I'm a great big believer in therapy. Therapy should not have a stigma around it whatsoever. And I think that if there are any things like this going on in people's lives, please reach out to a therapist and work through it. Best thing you will ever do in your life to keep moving forward, and growth, self-development, all of that. So this is something that we need to work on consistently. Now, we are all going to have bad days. We are all going to have days where we go, oh, I really don't like what I look like today. That's okay. Accept it. It's okay. But then you don't have to go on this big rampage of, but, I really should be going for a walk. I really should be watching what I eat. I really should be doing this. I really should be doing that. Just let it be what it is for the day. Okay, so I'm not really happy with myself today, but how can I, or what steps can I take today to make myself feel better about myself in my mindset? Do I need more time alone? Do I need to take 5 minutes for myself? Do I need to go and sit under a tree? Do I need to come back to more of my feminine energy because I've been sitting too much in my masculine energy for the last 2 weeks and I've been go nonstop? Are we getting where I'm coming from with this? And this is why it's so important that the feminine and the masculine energy are combined into this language and mindset. Let me know if anyone's got any questions. Let me know. Tell me if I'm going too fast for you too. Okay. It takes time. It takes consistency. It takes work to continually stop, create space in your brain and go, what was I about to say? I'm not going to say that. Okay, so here's another example. When I was going through all my back pain for the 2 years, I started to believe that my body was failing me. I started to say to myself, I'm useless, I can't do anything anymore. Every time I tried to do exercise, I would end up in a major amount of pain. Nothing seemed to work, and I started to go down this big, dark, deep rabbit hole. So what I would say to myself is, I'm a failure, my body keeps breaking down no matter what I do. So that language changed to, now it takes work, I'm not going to say it doesn't because it does. Right now, I am feeling like my body is failing me. Okay, fine, got that. I also know that this will pass, and I'm fully capable of doing everything in my power to support myself through by being gentle and kind to myself. Then what is the next step for me to take to help myself feel better about myself right now? What is the next step for me to take to help myself feel better about myself right now? So breaking down the things into little steps, little next steps, helps with overwhelm and allows that breathing space that I keep talking about for you to think and then action. So anyone that's having negative thoughts about their body or about what they can or they can't do, maybe you're in pain, maybe you just don't like yourself, or you call yourself stupid, or just little things like that. Next time you go to do something like that, I want you to stop. Take 5 seconds, take a big deep breath in and out, and then I want you to say to yourself, okay, what is really going on here? What do I need right now to create some space to make me feel better about me? Does that make sense? Cindy's just written something here. I'm going to see if I can see it all. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. I said to hubby last night I needed me time. I thought it was because I grew up an only child and need my alone time. Maybe not. Thanks, Jodes. Thumbs up. Sin, I think we all need alone time. And I think we all need to carve out alone time to create space in our minds to relax. Look, I'm a huge one for taking time out. And I know it's difficult to do because we all get into this mindset of go, 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 masculine energy. We need to come back to the more passive energy and go, okay, I need to relax. Recharging is so important. Absolutely it is. And this is, can you see where you get yourself into this mindset trap where you think that you need to keep going, but then you start beating yourself up because you can't keep going because absolutely nobody can. So then you start this self-hatred talk. And it's a loop. This loop just keeps coming. It doesn't stop until you think about it, create the space, step away, and then give yourself some time to find out what's really going on. Does anyone have any questions on this one? I know it's deep and I know there's a lot that can, come into this. I know that. So Jode, self-care, quiet, kindness to yourself. I need it or else I spiral down into stress and anxiety. Exactly. We all need it. We all need to take time for ourselves. We need to take time out for ourselves. We need to identify why we are speaking negatively about ourselves. And then we need to take the next step to make ourselves feel better. What is the one littlest thing? Doesn't have to be huge. It can be tiny, just to make you feel better about yourself. So if you're going all day, every day, giving of yourself constantly to everybody, you end up not liking yourself because you need to give back to yourself and you're missing out. Has anyone got any questions, any thoughts? Anyone going, that's a load of rubbish, Rochelle? I don't care. Just tell me. This is how we hash stuff out. This is how we learn. This is how we grow. Hey, Hayley. Okay, I know you probably need to, thanks Jodes, you probably need to have a think about everything that I said. Leonie, I know you've gone quiet there. Has that made sense to you? Because I know you really wanted to listen to this and I wanted to make sure that you've got some tangible ideas to walk away with here. So let me know if you haven't. I'm just going to recap on that. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to work out what your feminine energies are, what your masculine energies are. Hi, Carolyn. And I want you to write down what they are, and then I want you to work out where you are. Do you sit more in feminine? Do you sit more in masculine? Is there a balance? If there's a perfect 50-50 balance, beautiful, you've done it. If there isn't, I want you to work on the one side that you need to. Shay, I get decision fatigue when I have to be in my masculine and give out too much. Okay, so what I would say to that then is you need to walk away from that masculine energy for a time, so then that decision fatigue isn't there. So maybe too much in the masculine energy in a full day. You need to come away, get yourself into some grounding energy. Then I go on into an obligation spiral of negativity of what I haven't done for others, rushed about to do. Yep. And then this spiral continues to work. So Shay, I will throw you back a question. How can you help yourself get more into a feminine energy, even if it's for 10 minutes a day? It might be a morning ritual. It might be a night ritual. Yes, I do think. It might be a midday ritual. I don't know, whatever fits in your life. So, first thing, work out masculine, work out feminine. Second thing, here's a big one for the next 48 hours. Just the next 48 hours, because I know you're going to go, oh my God, she's going to give me a task. I don't have time for a task. Just think about it. It's going to work. For the next 48 hours, I want you to listen to what you're saying to yourself. So as you go about your day and you're doing your normal routine, I want you to listen on how you are speaking to yourself. Now, you can, if you want to, come back to me on one of the posts and let me know what you've found. How are you speaking to yourself? Are you rubbishing yourself every day? Are you being kind to yourself? How can you get more of that feminine or you time energy back into your life? How can you create space so you don't speak negatively to yourself? And you know, we're all going to fall into a trap where we are going to do it. Of course we're going to do it. Everyone does it. But it's the amount of times that you do it that can actually really have a detrimental effect on your health. Morning, Shay. Beautiful. So, Shay, you've got an extra task now. I want to know what that morning ritual is. You don't have to put it in the group. You can if you want to, but I want you to let me know when I see you what that morning ritual will be. Okay, so Joe's, 48 hours. Leonie, if you are watching, let me know that this is making sense to you. I am going to let you all marinate on that. And if you've got any questions, please come back to me. Please let me know. I am quite happy to break it down for you. If you can catch the negative stuff, you can change it. Of course, you can. And we're not all going to be perfect at it either. It's okay. I'm just going to read this again because I just love it so much. I choose to see myself as perfectly imperfect. I am a work in progress, ever changing, ever growing and adapting. I am wildly, messily and amazingly human. Wildly, messily and amazingly human. And I choose to remember that when otherwise I would want to judge myself. Up the sauna and audio book with journaling from 5 a.m. Nice work, Shay. Well done. Make sure you commit to yourself to do it. All right, my beautiful people, I am going to love and leave you. Questions, leave them there. I will come back to you. I hope you found it helpful. Bye.